cover these women are hood. I don't know them to call them hood. But I want to make something very clear about the hood frequency and what I have learned about this hood frequency. I noticed something can be very magnetic, right? And what I learned about it is you're magnetized by the freedom, right? You know, that's number one. The hood shit, if you're young, you know, you get into that hood shit, you're magnetized by the freedom. For those of us in the inner city too, and I don't think it matters, you're magnetized by the style, the way people talk, the joking. You know, it's childish. Okay, it's a very childish magnetism. All about the shit is childish as fuck. You feel me? Then it goes into this. Number two, I noticed something about the hood frequency, the bodies, right? Now, I want to make something very key about the bodies. Um, People who let me go back to the magnetic part. Let me start there, right? People who are bright people, right? People who are intellectual people. There's a way that they carry themselves when you go into spaces with them. There's a way that they stand out when you go into spaces with them. But let's get to the bodies. The bodies in the hood are delusional. Okay? I want y'all to know that the bodies in the hood are delusional. They're very good at wearing the tightest pants, something under it, tighten their stomach up, and then something to throw over it. And even if she does have a flat belly, or she does have something is deceitful about the body. Something is the legs are not really fit, the arms are not really fit. And the thing is, if she is fit, right? If she has nice arms, she has tight legs, her body is natural, she don't belong there. She more than likely is not from that hood. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Why am I telling you this? Right? What am I getting into about the hood frequency? Let me get focused. Number three, attitude. Okay. Want to kick some things clear. Number four, social skills. Right. And do I have number five? Okay, it'll come to me. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there. All right, fill me out. When you are in the hood frequency, I found that the problem I had in life was people in the hood, number one, do not have good social skills. Who this? Let's say happy birthday to me. Is that fine? Right? They don't have good social skills. And I help you understand what's going on here. Okay. Okay. When I go into a high environment, number one, the people have a very subtle, natural likability about them. The energy is not out there, it's not extra, the outfit's not extra, the slang and the talking is not extra. You understand what I'm saying? The whole personality is not extra. It's not like the city girls where they talk at the same time and say period and shit like that, period. it extra, it talking extra. It's none of that. The bodies are natural, nice looking bodies, and they wear clothes according to their bodies. She's not putting on super tight spandex shorts and her ass is just big as the fucking equator. Okay, like she's not going to do that. She wears her clothes in an appropriate way so she doesn't get looked at in that kind of way. um Attitude. Hood people do not know how to talk to people. They tend to roll their eyes a lot, suck their teeth. They tend to ignore people. They don't have this falls into four. They don't have social skills. They don't have proper social skills. They don't know how to properly. Even if you will talk to somebody who's hood and you talk to them and maybe you might stumble your words and you're trying to say something, they'll roll their eyes at you and you just be like, wow, like what the fuck? Another thing, money flaunting. They don't got Louis shoes, Louis bag, Prada shoes, Prada bag. They don't do it like that. It's very put together, casual, subtle, depending on the environment. Her shoes will match her bag. You see what I'm saying? Maybe her outfit will be a certain brand that she prefers. Maybe she likes the brand of Zara. Zara's a nice brand. Banana Republic, right? Maybe Aristotle. Maybe she likes that brand. There's a signature. She has a signature look. Everybody has a signature look, but her look is more thought out. So you get what I'm saying? So I noticed that. And we're going to go ahead and listen to this video by Exotical United. And I'm going to see if maybe she brings up some of these things and I'll talk from it, from what I've learned on my own quantum leaps and everything that I have had to learn for myself. Let's go. And today I'm going to talk about some women feel like right. That's a hood look right there. Right. Yeah. Right. Uh-huh. Right. Mhm. Right. Right. I had to break into going out and not wanting to take people with me. That was the beginning of my journey at 30 years old. I had to learn how to go outside, enjoy myself, and not want to be with nobody. I went on a tour, on a bus tour, the little Statue of Liberty tour that they do. And this is a bus tour that drops you off. So basically, you can do this tour at these different locations and you can get dropped off at these locations on the bus tour, right? Yeah. And so when you're from here, there, and they know that you're from the state, they don't try to rip you off and shit. You might get in a bitch for free or just for $2 and be on your way. And so I was on this tour and I remember the feeling I had, and I enjoyed the tour. It was pretty cool. I didn't go on top of it was cold, so I wasn't going outside. So I was inside or whatever. And I was like, I can't be by myself and enjoy all this stuff without wanting to take them with me. And I was like, I gotta work on this. I sat down, I was like, that's the first thing that happened. I was like, and I might not have been 30. I think I would have been my late 20s. And I was like, I gotta work on this. Something is I gotta work on this. Right. Right. So let me tell you before we get to that, uh I had to push myself to do things by myself. So I started to go out more. I went out everywhere, y'all. I went to all kind of lounges and events. I went to just random museum events. That's how I started going to the RSVPs. Uh, just all the simple things I just started doing, doing, doing. And what happened is, oh, that was the beginning of a lot of things. But the thing about me is, I did not have the proper social skills. And I don't have to go down the storyline. It's like because of my frequency, I would not attract the best people in those spaces. Like those people have it together, but they weren't all the way there. Do you get what I'm saying? They were there, but they weren't all the way there, you see? And they had a bunch of bullshit going on in their life, and I had to hear about it. But other than that, it was the social skills. It was the proper networking. I had people in my face. I had people passing me their cards and their numbers. I still have their cards. I had people directing me to their businesses, telling me what they do. I had all of that in my hands, in my face. I did not know how to, as she states, how to socially climb from those spaces because I did not. I did have something. I remember I was working on a project at the time, but I did not solidly have an identity. That's what it was. And because of that, that's why, now I can go to them spaces and shake hands and identify who I am. And I can say what I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying? What I'm working to build for myself. That's what I do. Yes. Oh, right. Right. That's the thing about me. I always had a style or something about myself that's likable. I always have a look or something about myself that's likable. And again, I didn't properly utilize these things. Hood people don't speak. Hood people don't speak to nobody. I don't know you. You a stranger. Ba ba ba. I don't respect you. You say something crazy to me, I'm gonna say something crazy to you. That's how hood people think. And the worst part is if they do like you, it's because they got something to use on you and they don't care. Right. Mm-hmm. Mhm. Defeatist mentality. Aw. Right, right. Yes. I dozed off on y'all. I know y'all know that, right? Yeah, there we go. Mhm. Right. Oh, no. Mhm. Right, right. Yes. Right. Mhm. Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't. Right. Yes. Right. 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 Or you have a social event and the event is not about yourself. And maybe you're supposed to get your hair done or something like that. And so they'll say something along the lines of, look at you and go, I thought you said you was getting your hair done. And it's like, what? You see what I'm saying? They don't have proper social skills. They just don't have it. You get what I'm saying? They just don't know how to have proper social skills. And and because they do things in a way that they do things. You get what I'm saying? So let's go a little bit more. I'm going to rewind this, by the way, because I fell asleep. Because he's not sick. No, I'm not. I ain't on some. Right, right. Uh-huh. And they're flirting. Right. Yes. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Mm. Right. Yes. Right. Right, right. Yes, right. Yes. No. Let's go back to this again. Let's listen again. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. People who also are in these spaces, people who are also people who are also in these people who are also in these spaces too, they have a very, very terrible habit of speaking down to themselves. You have to be very mindful of that. People who in high spaces, and I'm going to refer to it as high spaces or wealthy spaces, they don't do that. They just don't do that. They just don't do negative talking because everything is spiritual for them. Everything has meaning to them. So if you put that negative energy out there, you're going to get it back. They're very spiritual people. voice be killing me. Yes. They want it, but they have too much. They don't. Right. 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 Why do I want this type of attention? What am I going to benefit for this type of social connection and attention? You have to ask you do need to ask yourself that question. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Right. Right. You could have talked. You could have got into a conversation that was. Mhm. Mhm. No, they don't. They complain a lot. I'm on my way over there. I'm just doing something in the background. It's 12 o'clock, so time for me to get my ass up. They complain a lot. They complain. They do not know how to. Yes. Right. 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 Yes, that's true. Yes. I'm going to tell you what it is. You're not putting yourself in vibrational spaces to have these friends. You can have a friend. You may have to accept the reality that the kind of friends, oh, you can't hear the audio. Oh shit. What time did you text? Oh, you just texting now. You can't hear the audio. What about now? I just paused the audio. You can't how do I say this? You may have to face the reality that you may need to have friends in high places because of your frequency and lifestyle, that you can't have friends as coworkers. You can't have your neighbors as your friends. Like your friends is really in higher places. So you can be in the frequency to get yourself in those high places. I remember a woman who told me like she was hanging around with these women from Baltimore and stuff that who had like their fathers had houses and homes and stuff for them in fucking Malibu. You know what I'm saying? Or in the Poconos and shit like that. And she was like, being around them bitches made her step her life up, made her get that car. Okay, that's fine. I can hear it. I don't know what happened. I know you two be motherfucking tripping sometime. And made her step her shit up and get a car. So let me hear what she gonna say here. Right. Right. Yes. Right. Right. Oh my goodness. Right. Mhm. Right. 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 Yes. Right. Right. Uh-huh. Right. 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 Mm. Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Yes. Hmm. Right. Yes. They don't. They are. They're very afraid. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Hold on, y'all. She's still talking about salsa. I cannot. Salsa is a beautiful dance, girl. Okay, she's going back to that. Hold on, I'm kind of stuck over here doing something. I'm about to get up though. It's like afternoon time. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck did it go all the way back? I don't know. It's not that. They don't. I'm gonna tell you why. The hood mentality. The hood mentality. You have to understand the environment that one is in, especially a woman, okay? The hood mentality is dog eat dog. I ain't no punk. Nigga, you weak. Roast, 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 clown, clown, clown. If you come at me, I'm gonna come at you 10 times harder. That hood mentality is fucked up. It's a mentality that deserves to be in the hood and it needs to stay in the motherfucking hood, right? Hustle hard. I'm a grind. I'm gonna get up on this shit and talk shit. You talk shit to me, I'll meet up with you and I'll stomp you out. Make sure I put on my Timbs. That is the hood mentality. I don't know these niggas in here. I don't know these people, these motherfucking strangers. Who you nigga? Why you speaking to me? That's the hood mentality. And people who are socialites, people who go into social environments are not like that. They know how to get up, socialize, talk to people. They know how to move here, who move there, da 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 da. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had to learn to work on my social skills. I do. But a lot of times I know when I'm in my town, I don't be wanting to talk to nobody. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't. I don't be wanting to talk to no goddamn body. Let's go. There she go. They don't know how to joke properly. I don't know what the hell going on, bro. Guess it's not me. Okay, where is beeping coming from? Right. Why is this shit frozen? I'm about to go. Right, 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 exactly. Right. I want you to understand something too about how people dress in the hood frequency versus when you go up with other people, higher frequency. Number one, they wear clothes that are according to their body. They always dress the occasion. It doesn't matter even if they're gothic. If they're gothic, they're very fucking expensive. I'm not gonna fucking hold you. Them shoes is expensive. The whole outfit is expensive. Very fucking expensive, right? That's number one. Um, um, Another thing is shoes is very a big thing. I've always noticed that they always wear high quality fucking shoes. They always wear good shoes in that environment. Right, right. You remember? Right, 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 right. Oh, yeah, at the top of the hour. I'm about to get my ass up though. Today is the day. I gotta hit this living room. I gotta fix up the living room, y'all. I'm about to probably order me an Uber Eats, so Right. Right. Very entitled. Yes. Yes. Right. I'm gonna tell you something else I noticed. Hood people, hood people don't have social skills. They don't have social skills. Okay. And I noticed that they will snuff out the social skills of their own children or their child. They don't have no social fucking skills. They don't know how to talk to people. Their way of communicating that when they get around other people, they don't know how to talk. My daughter told me, she said when she came down here, she said she's actually more talkative. She said I didn't talk when I was in the I didn't talk. Sometimes I felt so socially awkward. I didn't know what to say to people when they talk to me. I just don't be knowing what to do, mom. And she would tell me that all the time. And then she came down here and she was like, I actually talk more. Stay pretty, ladies. Okay. How to stack up and outshine others using your dark femininity. Okay. Now we're gonna get into this in the next segment. And let's go. Shout out to Exotical United for even having this topic. Go support her channel, please, so she can get her coins, honey. I'm just here to do commentary, so I'm going to be going back and forth, talking over and rewinding a lot of what she's saying. So you can go listen to it in its entirety and journal if you like. Yes, I have had trauma. I Let me tell you something, and I always talk about this. I have had trauma around being very pretty. I've had a lot of trauma around being very pretty. Okay. I really have. And I have self sabotaged my own beauty because of other people, because I was around such low lives. Okay. And so, because of that, I had to learn to walk out of that and get out of the trauma of being of that. I had realized that when I had went out one day, I just dressed down or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I'm a beautiful fucking woman. When I walk into a room, I shine. My energy dominates so much that when I walk, someone will hold the door for me, even if they like. I had to really tell myself these things. Like I had to realize, like, bitch, you got to see what you worth. You know what I mean? You got to see what frequency, but you got to get these little things together. And this is why I say in my quantum leaping journey, like I really encourage you to write these things down. I really do. Journal these things, self assessment, put it in your self assessment journal, as I call it. Um, Write these things down so you can have a more vivid of a more vivid frequency of what you want to walk into when you say this is who I am now. When you say that this is who I am now, these are the details of the things. Your social life, how are you going to socially climb in this world? Who are you now? What reality are you giving reality? What are you giving reality to know about who you are now? What bridge are you going to cross? What gaps are you going to close in your life? What how are you going to live in this very now and who you are now? That is the key. And social climbing, socially, how are you climbing? Socially, what are you getting to by climbing? What are you climbing to? Socially, what frequency are you grabbing to? What type of frequency are you aligning with? Are you getting matched up with? In your success studies, are you trying to get matched up with the frequency of Ashonda Rhimes, with the frequency of Alina Waithe, with the frequency of that Elena Cordana lady that other lady had liked and said she was going to be her friend? That with the frequency of oh, whatever wealthy frequency that you are doing in your success studies, are you building to match that? And so therefore you write down, and these are the steps of what has to be in your life, what has to transform in your life in order for you to match it. Okay, let's go. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 I've been there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. There's a trauma there. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. I've been there. I've been there. Mm, yep, yes, mhm, mm, right, yeah, mhm, yes. Mhm, right. A girl who has been abused by an overcritical mother will do that because what you don't know as a girl who has experienced that is that that mother was picking at you because she was so jealous of you. While you think that this mother is, she don't want people talking about her or she don't want this and that, that's not what's going on with that mother. She's jealous of you. And so she's monitoring and picking at you and low key bullying you, but you don't know that you're being bullied because you're such a young girl and this is your mother, and you don't ever want to think that your mother is bullying you, right? So that's what the main issue come down to with the woman who's like overzealous about how she looks when she goes out. Because I watch my daughter, she's big about looking good, she's big about picking an outfit, and she always picks a nice outfit. Like she's like, okay, what's the occasion? I dress for the occasion. Okay, what's everybody doing? Okay, everybody's dancing, I'm going to get up and I'm going to dance with everybody. She knows, like, she has a very healthy self-esteem because she has a healthy relationship with her mother. Do you see what I'm saying? So she it's not hard for her to go out here and make friends. It's not hard for her to have whatever kind of friends. It wasn't hard for her to, who knows if it was hard, I can't say, but she went out here and she played sports. And no, I can't say because she did that before. She played sports. She got in all the honors. She worked, she put that work in. She was in her frequency, she was on her vibe. Even her uncle said, I was not this focused in high school. Oh my gosh. She on all the honors. I was not this focused in high school. I mean, girl, it makes a difference. Women like that is because their mothers, and I mean it when I say it, their mothers nitpick them. Right. Yes. Right. They always are manipulating. Yes. They say you have to, let me tell you something. I want you to hear me closely. You have to stay away from people like this. That's just the facts. You have to stay away from people like this. Point blank period. You 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 don't want to be around because their jealousy is going to lash out and they're not going to understand it. But you have to learn how to be aware of it and see it. You might have to tell them that's jealousy. Because some people get a like sometimes you might have to just call it like that's jealousy. You do know that's jealousy when you do that to somebody, right? That's what I'm starting to realize that needs to be said to people. Like, do you know when you do that, that is jealousy? Just so they can, because you know, there's some people that don't believe that they're jealous. It's stay away. Right. 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 Yes. Don't get me started with Jackie Anna. We're not going to go there. We will not go there with Jackie Anna. Let me say this too. You have to socially put yourself in these spaces to know how to socialize in spaces. You understand? You have to know how to socialize in spaces. Because what I'm saying is, when you get the practice of learning how to open yourself and socialize with people, you will be able to read people at the door. Do you know there has been, okay, have you noticed that a lot of these influencer, these people online, whether music artists or not, people have asked them, like, why you don't go to the celebrity parties and this and that? And one of them said some foolish shit like, God don't want me there. And I'm like, no, bitch, they don't want you there. You ain't at that frequency to be at no party, because look at the music that you make, look at the shit that you talk about. They don't, and look how you dress, and I'm not judging, I'm just speaking what is facts. And it's like, and look, and definitely look how you dress and how you carry yourself. Ain't nobody gonna invite you nowhere with them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in their right mind, nobody with common sense even, is going to invite you to no celebrity party. The only type of events that you're going to get is the strip club, bitch. Is Magic City and whatever other strip clubs they got out here. No one's going to take you serious enough to put you in a goddamn celebrity party. Are you kidding me, bitch? You're delusional. And the reason why is because that person, I'm gonna just tell you who it was. It was Sukiyana. It was Sukiyana. And the reason why is, you got to stay away from people with this mentality that money is the root of all evil and all this shit. You got to get away from people like that. Because I noticed that people who are at a, like, when they're artists and creatives, they still want to cater to the hood, right? So they need the hood to know, they're not getting involved with the celebrities like that. And if they do get involved, what they probably who they like, I to me that's not wealth. Eventually, those people are not going to be anything. That's what I started to notice about people who carry on that type of attitude in the industry. They eventually don't be anything. The people who really make it or who will make it are the ones who get the fuck away from the hood and never come back and never look back. Never look back. It's only okay. About to sit down in a minute. I'm gonna let the rest of this play a bit. I'll be back. I gotta go brush my teeth, sisters. All right, and all that deal. Y'all go ahead and listen. I'll be back. get into that part in a minute when I come back about that fluid identity. But I'm gonna rewind back to that part. 1602. I'll be back. She always talks about that. Right. Right. Let me get into the multicultural thing that she has said here. Wasn't that 16 or something? Because I forgot. I had to go handle something. I just got me some ice and some water. I'm finally up, y'all. Let's go. Here's the thing, too. Yes. Hmm. Oh, so okay, yes. I'm good. Is it the number? Are you good? Okay. No such thing. That's why a lot of people be like on the Mean Girl show, they be like, who was the real Mean Girl? Yeah. And let me tell you something else. Women who are socially at the bottom and have a very low self-esteem, they over sexualize when they talk to men. They're very no boundaries, nasty, over sexualized when they talk to men. Okay? You be like, girl, did you think that was appropriate to say at work? One lady, she went so hard talking about some how she could still make it clap. And I was just like, and the guy told me about it. And I was like, what? I ain't asked no, I ain't say shit to her. But when she saw him again, because he always come and talk to me and shit, girl, she went hard to make sure he knew that she could make it clap. I was like, okay. Damn, girl. All right. But then I know another one at my job, she just be talking nasty, nasty, nasty. And I just be like, and this is okay to do at work. Yeah, that's what I be saying to myself anyway. But anyway, y'all, yeah, I wanted to just, I had to add that. They will. Yep. You know why she does that? Because she's a pick me. And what she's looking at is your attractiveness is going to bring a quality of a man in your life. And so she wants the same energy to try to bring that same thing into her life. That's why she does it. That's where her head is going. You just like, bitch, you're weird. But her mind is you're doing things to attract a certain caliber of a man. But what she's not realizing is she ain't on your frequency. It's like she's ciphering your energy, but she ain't on your frequency to ever attract what you attract. That's what they don't understand. Mhm. She knew what the fuck she was wearing. I wore a rainbow. Hmm. I know what you mean. Thank you. Thank you. Right. 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 Oh, this is so good. Right. 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 I don't know why she went there. Yeah. Yes. Well, hide yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't. Oh, what happened? And she get it from me. That's what they say. Shit like, yes. Yeah. I remember a woman said to me, I'm not writing no songs unless I'm getting paid for them. And it's like, not writing songs unless you get paid for them. But who gonna pay you for songs unless you already write them? You see, they have a very self defeatist mentality. And I learned that one time I told myself, what am I writing for? Everybody's writing. And I knew in that moment that that was not myself. When I said, what am I writing for? Everybody else is writing. I knew in that moment that was not me. That was somebody else's influence on me. But you have to have that drive in yourself, that tight, strong frequency in yourself to even recognize that that's not yourself talking. These people already don't have dreams. Okay? They already don't have dreams. And this is something you'll get into with that fake friend. When you really listen, they'll be like, well, I wanted to do this. And it's like, well, did you do it? Okay, but what did you do with it? And you'll find out that they did not continue. While you continue what you was doing, and you may have built accolades from it, or you may not have got yourself out there as you should have got yourself out there because you got that friend in your life, but you will find that you were doing way more than them. And see that type of, that's a self-defeatist mentality. Right, 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 right. Yoga is not easy to do. Right. Hmm. Yes. Her friend that could do all this yoga poses probably got more years of yoga experience. I've done yoga in my 20s, and I've done yoga going into my 30s. And there's different levels to yoga. And yoga is not fucking easy. Okay? Yoga not easy. And there's different levels to yoga. Excuse me. Mhm. Right. Right. Yes. Yeah. Because you have to just tap in. You know what I'm saying? You just have to tap in. You just gotta be like, well, damn, I feel some type of way. Why do I feel some type of way? You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself, you gotta tap in, like, well, why do I feel some type of way? Why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel all this energy? Like, why do I feel this way? And when you tap in, you'll find the answer. And so You have to understand that there are people who can have the same jealous emotion as you, right? And they'll go into a place of complete evilness and spitefulness and stupidity over their jealousy. Just pure stupidity over their jealousy. Okay? So, why is that stupid? Somebody, okay, let's talk, let's tap into that. Because I'm just like, who the fuck said that? But let, let's tap into that, okay? Let's tap into, it's stupid to do yoga and to run. Hold on. For my birthday, this picture below will become painting that will arrive next week. This means so much to me. This the girlfriend? What a year. Still standing grateful and thankful through it all. I don't want to do nothing. Oh, my sister going to the spa. Oh, my sister going to the spa. Her little family. Is that who she with? That picture's funny. Okay, so let's talk about that. Damn, that was a big ass spider. When someone's health is in the shitter, okay, what is it that the doctor recommend that they do? Get active, go work out, right? Tell them to probably they got to go for a walk, right? That's the first thing they always teach them. Hey, just go for a walk. Some of them, depending how dire their health is, they tell their asses to hit the gym. They need to go to the gym. They need to put more effort into their health. This is the type of shit that you're told. Yoga is good for breathing as well as exercise, depending on strength training yoga. There's hot yoga. I haven't had that experience yet. There's yoga for relaxation of the mind, clearing your mind. There is so many different yoga poses for the body. And let me tell you something. The East Indians and Asians have a lot of similarities in their spiritual practices. Okay? And with the Asian culture, they're very big about bending the legs. I found the book that said your health is in your legs. Okay? So how the hell is jogging and doing yoga stupid? I wonder who said that. Right. All this projection. I remember when I was out in the adult world, and I would know women who had standards, guys too, that had standards. And they would state why they did not hang around with somebody or why they didn't want to be friends or be associated with somebody. They'll be like, she needs to wear makeup. She don't wear makeup. She can't hang around with me because she don't wear makeup. She don't get her nails done. I don't really like her style. She don't really take the time to dress and get good style. So nah, she can't. She can't. See what I'm saying? And I would just see things. I don't really like the way they do their hair. Or to us, it would, to some out there that might seem to be judgy, right? Like judgmental. Like that's kind of fucked up. Actually, it's not. Now I'm growing up to realize that it's really, really not wrong to be that way because it's really just about frequency. Because when I listen to her talk about this, it's like all these memories come to my mind. I'll try not to go back there, but it's still, just from what she's talking about, I know what she's talking about on a grand scale. Yes, right. Yes, right, right, right. Yes, yes, they will. A yoga outfit, getting up, getting yoga poses, and keep doing the same thing over and over. Before we get to that part, one thing about chefs, the one thing they would do, they would take one thing and they will cook it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? They will eat over and over again. And I'm sorry, they would cook it over and over again. My sister was making some oatmeal cookies. Huh. Oatmeal cookies everywhere, over and over. Here I go. Just eating her oatmeal cookies, eating her oatmeal cookies. I remember a lady, vegan chef, vegan baker. She was just making stuff over and over, taste, just eating it. Oh no, 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 no! It tastes like this. It needs more of this. Yeah, I don't taste this. I think it do. What do you taste? Okay, we was all in there just tasting her food over, and it will be the same thing, even if they have to do it all day. If it's a strawberry shortcake, that means that the cake and that cream for the strawberries and the strawberries on top. One, two, three will be tasted. It'll be made over and over and over again. That's the momentum of people who are walking the vibration of success. That's the vibration of people who 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 stay in the frequency of success. And see, in the case of this topic, we are talking about socializing. But socializing is so beyond just people. It starts with yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like it starts with, well, how do you socialize yourself? You know what I mean? What social things do you do for yourself before you go out in this world and socialize with others? You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's see what else she got to say. Yes, they are. Right. Right. Oh, I like that. And that's something that that's another thing I'm working in my mind to not identify with, and that's having PTSD. Okay. Like I'm being for real. Like I don't want to identify with having that in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I need my mind and my life to be stronger. That's it. Right. I say this is a learning channel. This is a channel that you come to learn. I talk to you. I'm transparent, sometimes direct, and give you life experiences that I hope that you can listen to and learn from the same way she does it. And just don't take for granted people like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we could just not, like, we could just really not share this. But I'm happy that so many people are opening up and sharing these things and these topics. I just treated myself to some Japanese food. Literally, just treated myself to some Japanese food. And I'm on the path to go on a plant based diet. You know what I'm saying? And this food was good. It was very light and it don't feel heavy, but it fulfilled the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? It really filled me up. And they had some miso soup, but I was like, nah, I'm not really trying to, I wasn't really in the mood for that. But this is what I'm telling you, like, it's still a light meal. It's still not heavy. And then I took my pills, and then I gotta take my iron pills. But the point is, there's still a balance going on there. Do you get what I'm saying? There's still like I'm still like, okay, I'm not feeling as guilty as I would be if I went and ate Cookout or McDonald's or Sonic. You get what I'm saying? Like I would feel like shit right now if I ate that because I know better. This food, I'm like, okay, this not bad. I can try to make this at home if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, and I also that's frequency because I always watch Japanese cooking and Asian cooking and Korean cooking. You know what I'm saying? Now, mainly Korean, Japanese, Thai, who's that Vietnamese, like I watched them, you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense that I ate that for my birthday, right? Let's go. Socially, right, exactly, right, right. Here's the thing. Why is it that people are so mean to people on my 600-pound life? Let's talk about that. Why are people mean? Anybody want to go in the chat room and quickly answer that? Because it's like you don't know that you're getting that big. Like you don't see yourself and you don't see how big you're getting. You didn't feel when you got to the point that it was painful to get in the tub or take a shower. You didn't realize when you couldn't fit through your own door to leave. You got to turn to the side to walk around your own house. Do you understand the level of questions that goes to somebody's mind who's like self-conscious like that? Because when you're self-conscious, you're like, oh man, I gotta I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing something right. I gotta do something in my body. I gotta change this. This gotta change. I gotta do this. Because you care about yourself and you care about your body. And I'm gonna be the one to tell you, you have to work hard to separate yourself and not associate yourself with certain type of people if you want a certain caliber of life. You got to. Yes. Right. And when you don't take care of your health, it looks like procrastination. Have you ever talked to people who clearly you look at them, they got big old whatever body parts, right? And even if it's shapely, right, they still complain. I looked at my body and I felt so disgusted looking at my body, right? Or I just this, that, and the third. Like they just speak so down about themselves. People with money don't do this. So we're going to finish this out. And I have a video about things that highly successful women do as opposed to other women. Ah, right. Mhm. Yes. How many likes did she get? Who is this? Hmm. Right. 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 Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go a little. Okay. Let's get a little bit more into this, and we're gonna start up another show topic. We had 3 hours. Right. We're gonna drag show. Mm-hmm. Mhm. 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 All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're at damn 3 hours. I'll be trying not to go over that, so I'm gonna click this off and I'm gonna come back again and we're gonna get more into the topic.